like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know.
We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. And Stroud now to throw. Incomplete. You talk about this giant defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that
one. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Stroud sets up the play action. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 43 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker.
Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Once again, they run with Nixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Nixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 12, but... They'll be marked short, and that leads to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, worked last time. Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
13 yards, good for a giant first down. And this is a guy who's going to get some carries going forward. Picked up as a free agent just this past week.
How about fresh legs, right? We always talk about bringing a guy in, provides that spark, and maybe a little bit of extra energy.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. And back deep, Deontay Johnson.
This is brought in at the 21.
So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
On the handoff, it's DeMarcano.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The give is to DeMarcano.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Mechie, the man in motion. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass.
Down to about the 22 here.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3. An option handoff here to Mixon.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Play action. Stroud now.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And the catch made by Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go now. 19 Charger.
Stroud to throw it.
Evans has it left side. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Mixon is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The Giants at 6-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
9 yards that time.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the bootleg, Stroud.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Stroud's throw completed to Mechie.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
Escaping the pressure right.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
This is Ingram making a great grab.
And they'll get to him right away at the 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He connects with Hyatt.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He gets this one to Mechie.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. Play action. Here's Stroud.
They'll roll him out right.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud off the play fake.
He'll buy some time right. That is caught, and he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Here's Stroud.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Stroud looking to throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Running left, it's Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Again, it's Mixon. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks.
3rd down and 13. Stroud.
Steps away. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run with Mixon.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside. 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's DiMercado.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Now Stroud.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Stroud.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn out for the field goal try for the Texans. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Stroud.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off play action. Stroud. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That one downfield for Dotson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Running, DeMercado. Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop?
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Down the sideline he goes.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will stay a 12-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Evan Ingram, 52 yards.
And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here's Stroud.
They'll set up the screen here to mix it. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
And people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Houston. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just kind of a wing and a prayer there. This ball's kind of up for grabs, but they're at a point where they have to live with that. And fortunately, this one winds up incomplete.
He's back to throw.
A throw right side caught by Neighbors.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
They'll run for it. This is White. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Jordan. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
To throw with Stroud.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome.